How's that?
Good.
Okay, Adam, I am going to show you these exercises that we went over quickly when you were here a few days ago. And I want to remind you that there are 3 foot positions. There's feet together, feet apart, feet wide apart. Okay? I will either show you, or if I think of it, I'll tell you which exercises have which foot position. Keep breathing through this whole thing. I don't try to do any synchronized breathing like a heavy weight, like a bench presser would do or anything like that. But make sure that you keep nice, regular, deep breathing. There's one breathing exercise that we do where you keep the weights up at your hip and you kind of curl your shoulders forward. Exhale. And then inhale. You do that a couple of times during the exercises so that you can kind of restore your oxygen levels in your blood, etc. I guess that's why you do it, but we do. Another thing to remember is don't do them too fast. I'm using 5-pound weights here, so I might go a little fast. I'll try not to. I usually use 8 pounds. You should start with 5-pound weights, and I would say that within 6 weeks or 8 weeks, you probably would be, if you do it regularly, which means at least 3 times a week, you probably will move up to 6 or 7 or 8 pound weights. I also have some 3 kilogram weights, which is just under 8, which are my favorites right now. Okay, so first we start with feet together and to the side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, nice and regular. 8, 9, 10. Don't make fun of me if I lose count because I'm talking to you. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Okay, next we bend over, feet still together, bend over, look kind of forward so that you're making an S out of your spine, and then do the same exercise essentially. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Okay, stay bent over, feet still together. Hold your weights like this, as though you were going to do, I don't know what you call it, barbells. And roll it up behind you. 2, 3, 4. It's one at a time. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Then, still bending over, I just kind of stretch my back legs and my lower back without forcing myself, just the weight of the weights and relaxing. Breathing out. And just hang there for a minute. Slowly bring yourself back up. Now's a good spot. Feet a little bit apart. Weights at hip. Okay. Now, feet wide apart. Weights at your chest. Elbows more or less level. Don't make fun of me if mine aren't. They are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Now, hips, weight at the hips, feet apart, wide apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You should hear my spine snapping. 10, I think. 11. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Okay, now feet a little bit apart, or medium position, okay? Then what you're going to be doing is you're going to be raising each one to level, doing them separately, you're not doing both together. Actually, in this exercise you are doing both together. All right, sorry. All right, ready? 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. I put a couple extras in. 10. Okay. Now, the next exercise also involves rolling your shoulders. I'll show you it on the side. Put your weights at about chest level. Roll your shoulders forward. Breathe in. All right, so let's do that. Ready? Feet a little bit apart. Also, I bend my knees on this one. I'm not sure if I should, but I do. So you can decide for yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Okay. This is also a good thing to kind of loosen up a little bit. Just kind of rotate the weights, a little momentum of the rotation, kind of loosen up your joints and your muscles. Now, the next thing is feet together, and we do, this is the one exception, I do 30 of these. You can feel free while you're getting started on this to drop out as we're doing this tape. That's exactly the way old Gertie Weiner used to do it when new kids joined the gymnastics class, is you just drop out after 5, or you drop out after 10, or after 15, whatever is working for you. But the important thing is that you keep at it and do it every day. Now this one, we're just going to be doing this thing going back and forth, all right? Remembering to extend the arm all the way and pull it up all the way. You don't have to whack your shoulder or anything like that, but don't do this, okay? So one's up and one's down in synchronization. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. All right, now the next thing is a little kind of weird. What I do, feet together, and you bend your knees as you roll your arms like this, all right? It's kind of like cross-country skiing, only without doing the leg kicking thing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can feel your chest really opening up on this one. Okay. Feet together, waist down to the sides, lift twice. 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 8 and 9 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. All right, then, because once you get tuned up in this thing, you may actually want to go with 30 instead of 20. We used to do 30. Now I'm an old man, I do 20. All right, so the next thing is crossing your arms. You just do this 20 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Get your shoulders involved. You can really feel it kind of moving shit around. And I think that's about 20 right there. Again, I'm losing track as I'm talking to you. All right, now what I will sometimes do here is do a little thing where I very slowly move the weights like this. I don't always do it, it's not really part of it. But, you know, if you pause and stop, you start building up your uric acid, I think it is. I know you probably know better than I do. So you want to keep moving all the way through the thing. All right, so basically these are just loosening up things. All right, now that we've done that, we're going to go and do some overhead stuff. So the first thing we're going to do is straight up and then one at a time, bringing it down to level. Okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 and hold it up. Now we're doing both together. 1 and 2. I can feel that in my low back. I don't usually do this one. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold your arms up and then go drop down to the side like this, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Roll your arms in, and we're just going to go out straight like this. Work that biceps by itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now you can tell me, even I'm getting winded here and I'm only using 5-pound weights. You should hear me puff when I'm using the real ones, or the 8-pounders. All right, now hold your 2 weights together in your hands, together like this. Feet wide apart, and then you're going to go bend and kind of swing it down as though you were chopping an axe. Only you're letting the axe swing between your legs for some sick reason. Best to keep your face forward to the extent that your skeletal structure allows it. I only do 10 of these. They get boring after a while, but they feel really good. Again, I've been talking, I've lost track, but I think this is 10. All right, now, feet wide apart. bending over, and just rotate like this. 10. 20. Then, feet wide apart, I just hang like we did at the beginning. Breathe out. Kind of feel a stretch in your back and in your legs. I really feel it in my back. Sort of a more of a relaxing pose than anything else. Come up slowly, kind of stack one vertebrae at a time. Do this. Now, down the weights, up the stick. You gotta get a stick. Again, this is just a bow from a karate shop. Feet together. Now this one's a little hard. The thing to remember in the stick work is that you don't want the stick up here on your neck like this. You want it kind of down on your back. So you really want to hit yourself right up on the cross. All right? So the first one, hold the stick with your fingers, feet together, bend down in the front, roll it up and over your back and bend down again. And it's kind of hard to see that action, but it's like this. Down, up and over, down. Oops. Down, up, over, down. The stick stuff may not seem important to you, but it really is, because it stretches out those muscles you just filled up with uric acid, pumps that shit into your blood system. The next thing you need to do is drink a lot of water. All right, I don't know how many that was, but let's call it 10. All right, next, feet apart. You do 20 like this. And it's best to choose an item on the wall, a spot on the wall or something, and point toward it. But I'm also looking at it. Okay, so I'm twisting my neck and my shoulders. And keeping your feet apart is trying to isolate the twist to above your waist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now bending over, looking forward, stretching. Some people say you shouldn't bounce. I always have. Probably with connective tissue concerns, you probably shouldn't bounce, but you want to stretch. All right? Again, keeping your face forward, or your head up, if you will. This is nice and slow because we're stretching. We're not exercising per se. We're just squeezing the crap out of our muscles. You'll find if you get interrupted and manage to finish your weights but don't get to do the stick, your muscles will be sore the next day. All right. Again, I'm talking, so I'm not counting very accurately. Let's pretend that was 10. All right. Now we go to the side. I just do a few of these. You may want to do some more, but my back doesn't really like it. I can tell it's good for it, but I don't do that much of it. I only do 5 or 10 of them. And then the coup de grace, my favorite, is, again, keeping the stick down low, feet a little bit apart, middle position, bend your knees and lean forward a little bit and rotate your sockets like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hi, Remy. And then I will rest again. Oh, Remy, what am I doing anyway? Oh, Rams. That's Remy. Then I put the stick together, stretch, kind of do this a little bit. And that's the end of our regular program. But I'm going to show you a couple of the ones that I leave out because I'm old and frail. And I think, frankly, they're just sort of more designed to torture than to actually build muscles. But I'll show them to you anyway. One of them is like this. You're pulling back. You do that 20 times, believe it or not. And then the other one is to pull, actually, you usually do that 10 and then do this one 10. Out together, in front, rotate, out, rotate, front. You can tell by the color of my face that it's a pretty sadistic exercise. But you're young, you may want to do it, okay? Another one is in the bent down position, feet together, where you go like this. I don't do this one because it just torques the shit out of my low back. But, you know, if it doesn't hurt you and you get used to these other ones, those are good exercises. And then there is one that I do, I forgot to show you, where you take both of the weights in one hand, hold your arm up like this, and then okay, I do 20 of those on each side. I won't do it now. It gets a little harder when you're dealing with bigger weights. And if I'm using bigger weights, like an 8 or 10 pound weight, which I sometimes use, I'll just do one. Because if you try to hold two 10-pound weights in one hand, it starts to get a little dicey. But that's it. This, all from this cranky old Czechoslovakian Gertie Wiener, taught us these in high school, and I do it all the time. And I may not be at the pinnacle of physical condition, but I'm in pretty good shape for 60 years old. So, at your age, you should start doing this. You should do it at least 3 times a week, preferably 4 or 5 times a week. And the nice thing is you can just do it in the quietude of your own home. You don't have to fuck around with gyms or any of that other stuff. So, do it, man.